This is Sparta!
Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Tanks. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we're going to continue the war stories. And we did Brothers in Arms last time. This time we're going to do Flashpoint Berlin. Break the blockade of West Berlin. After World War II, the agreements at Potsdam set the stage for the conflict between the Soviet Union and the Western forces. The Soviets, never wanting to be subject to invasion from Europe again, desired a large buffer on its western border. Not wanting to see the reemergence of a powerful Germany, the Soviets decided to draw a line and demand the removal of Western forces from Berlin. Take command of the Western forces as Berlin once again becomes a pivotal battleground. So there you go. It looks like we're going to be Allied forces versus Russia. And so that's a bit of a turn considering we were just helping the Russians take out the Germans. So now we've conquered the Germans, got Berlin, and now it's a fight for who gets what. Go figure. You gotta fight over the spoilers, right? So apparently we're going to be Sergeant William Thompson. Great name. Bill Thompson. And we're in the Berliner. So let's see what we got. Winter 1948, checkpoint Alpha.
The war was over. The Allies had won, or so they thought. It never pays to make assumptions, especially when the Russians are involved. British command had mobilized their heavy armor and were advancing east into Soviet-occupied Germany. The Russians had a stranglehold on Berlin and were slowly choking the life out of it. The British objective was to establish a supply route to the encircled city. The airlifts had been abandoned after Tempelhof and Gatow airports were bombed by saboteurs. Captain Thompson from the 7th Armored Division, Desert Rats, was given the unenviable task of clearing the way into Berlin. Thompson wouldn't admit it to his men, but he knew he was about to prod a sleeping bear with a rather large 42-ton stick.
Alright, looks like we're going to start on crossing the line.
The fate of Berlin rested on Thompson's shoulders.
Not sure exactly what the game plan is, but we're on Ardennes, so we know the map. And it looks like we're going to drive up and try to capture the first part. Probably ought to not try to climb this giant mountain, even
Thompson
with the mobility.
studied the map. The road into Berlin had to be cleared and secured.
You cheeky little boy. Who do you think you are?
Ready to fire on target. That one drilled straight through. Just right off.
Bounced off of it. Really?
Loaded and ready. Enemy in sight. Penetration.
Oh, crap.
We didn't penetrate their armor. Punched a hole in their armor. Ready to fire on target.
Good old rapid fire British.
Enemy's got us in
Oh,
their
they
sights.
killed him. Alright, so looks like we're going to be going up against some
Locked and loaded.
stronger armor this time for sure. That was a KV-2. Luckily he didn't have the derp gun, I don't think. Can you imagine? Just walk up here and be like, I got this. Pow! There goes half my hit points or more. I don't got this.
This was it. Once the shooting started, there would be no turning back for Thompson and his men.
Alright, let's continue down the right side of the city, and we're going to try to take back what we want. Push these Russians out. But, I mean, you can't really fault the Russians here. The Russians were just trying to create a buffer so that they weren't invaded. Because if you don't know, I believe it's already... I'm not the biggest history buff in the world. Oh, hello. But, you know, I like history, and I like, you know, paying attention to stuff. But I'm pretty sure the Russians lost more in World War II than any other country. And that's saying something, because World War II was just absolute slaughter for everybody. And to have Russia lose so much, can you blame them for holding a grudge? You know, they fought their backsides off to put a stop to the Nazis. And here they are trying to ensure that they never get invaded again. So they were just trying to create a buffer. Can't really fault them.
Looks like that one went right through.
Hello, KV-85.
Enemy brutal.
Now you're in trouble.
Punched a hole in their armor.
Holy crap! Thank you, Artie. Now that was a paddling. He got two. He got a bombardier with that shot. I'll take it. I don't think I've ever seen the computer get a bombardier before. Oh, this could be a little more interesting.
There's one. Looks like that one went right through. Ready to fire.
Ah.
Penetration.
Somebody's coming off the hill. There we go. Nice job, Carnarvon. Alright, I'm going to cut back to the right.
I see one. They spotted us. Punched a hole in their armor. You've got a lot. The track is dead. Job ricochet.
I just don't have the gun depression that I would like. Oh no, you're on fire. Put that fire out.
Locked on. Looks like that one went right through. Dropping target.
There we go.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
Why are you seriously trying to get yourself killed? Oh, you fellas.
Penetration.
Noobs. Come on, we gotta capture the base. Hello. That was a little too close for my comfort. Probably ought to move. Alright. 10 seconds left. It'd be a shame if one other person could get into the base here. Alright. So we got it. We've taken very little damage to ourselves, though our allies could be slightly less, you know, gung-ho to die. British tanks generally have tougher turrets and weaker bodies, so that's why you see me trying to use gun depression and just pop up the turret. I don't know if these guys can pin me very well or consistently, but it is Russian tanks and I don't like taking the chance. We've got 45 rounds left. I think we've got plenty of ammunition, but we're going to swing through here anyway because it's on the way. So why not swing by, get your ammo refilled, all the good stuff. I mean, you're already there anyway, right? So why not? Alright, here we go. Hello? Anybody home? Hello? It's quiet. Too quiet.
They found us. Releasing target. Zero
Ow!
penetration.
We've been ambushed!
Enemy base. Looks like that one went right through.
Alright, limit the amount of people that can shoot you.
Target locked. Keep piercing their armor. Looks like that one went.
Could do with a little more of a pop. Not gonna lie.
Armor is destroyed.
Alright, we've killed them.
Load it up. Let it rip.
Little payback.
Taking the enemy base.
Oh no! I wanted to kill him. Heck, nabbit. Oh well. We did well. We did well.
Spin the second.
Ow!
Look out.
Oh!
Long range fire here.
What? In the blue blazes.
Locked on.
Come on, fix that track.
Tracked up.
Luckily, we set them on fire. Holy mackerel, they smacked the crap out of me.
Ready to fire.
I'm going arty hunting. No, I'm leaving. I'm going to find these arty, and I'm going to bring them to justice. Because no one takes shots at me like that. Here, arty, 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 arty. Bloody cowards up here in the hills taking pot shots at our men. And me. Well, they gotta be up here. 'Cause they put a shot right through that little pipe. Heck with it. I don't know where they're at. I can't waste too much time. Just gonna swing by, grab this repair real quick, and head back down to the camp. Remember, that is our objective after all. So far, I like this campaign. This is a lot more action. Doesn't feel as much like a tutorial. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. So let's just roll down in here and finish capturing this base, and pray to God artillery don't find us again.
We've reached the enemy base.
I mean, we got all these guys over here. And that shot hit... I mean, they could be back that direction. There. I don't know. They smacked me good, I know that much. There we go. Get a couple guys into the cap here. Get this base capped as quickly as possible. And that should be the end of this mission, hopefully. There we go, completed.
Mission accomplished.
Alright. What do we end up with? 4,700 damage. Nasty. Do we have equipment yet? Oh, yes, we can upgrade. Alright, so we got the 20-pounder gun. We got the 17-pounder. Feel like we need the bigger gun. Yes, it'll be a drop in overall reload. But the 20-pounder, the British 20-pounder is pretty stout. So we don't need large stuff. Let's just throw a couple small repair kits on here just to make sure we stay out of trouble. Road to Brandenburg and Der Havel.
Neither Thompson nor his men could quite believe what had just happened. Although it was only a bloodied nose, lives had been lost on both sides.
Yep.
There was a sudden shift in mood inside the Centurion, as if the consequences of their firefight had been played out between them. Thompson knew this was the start of something much, much bigger.
We really going toe-to-toe with the Red Army? Sorry, I didn't read those first couple. Stow that chatter, soldier! good contacts.
Thompson had to keep his men focused on the job at hand. He knew the next enemy armor they'd meet wouldn't be caught napping.
Yeah.
The Soviets had dug in, blockading the roads that led into Berlin. The only option left for Thompson was through town.
Well, it's not, you know, the greatest thing ever, but we do have the 20-pounder now, so that gives us the bigger punch that we're going to need. Let's get out here in our Centurion, and oh, hello.
Got an enemy.
We got a Rooski.
The enemy knows your location. We didn't penetrate
Russian
their
turrets. We're going to have to push down on him. Oh, wait, he's
armor.
actually...
Fire on target.
Why are we looking at that guy?
Ready to fire. Looks like that
There
one
we
went
go.
right through. That one
I really just bounced off of the side of that thing.
One of our tracks is damaged.
What do we got on our right? KV-85, horizontal our position. That's not preferable, but if we stay moving, we should be okay.
Enemy in sight.
Gotta get this guy off the board.
Locked on.
There's a miss. Ramming speed!
We lost the track. We're sitting ducks. They've spotted us. Tracks back up. Go, go, go. Ready to fire on target.
Dang, our team is just too freaking strong.
Unlocking target.
They take out everybody before we get a shot on them.
Punched a hole in their armor. Got an enemy here.
Oh, there's a lot of red guys out here. Quit shooting everybody! Good lord! Are there really that many reds that I have to have this many greens? Good lord.
Look out. Enemy spotted. We got a damaged track.
Really? Ow.
Looks like that one went right through.
Saw that coming too. I just didn't back up in time.
Chalk up another one.
Get the RD off the board. We're moving into Main Street.
A Soviet base lay at the heart of the town. Capturing it would give the Allies a route into Berlin.
Alright, we're not going to pick up any any help this time. We're going straight... Oh!
Got 'em up. They've spotted us. Penetration. We lost the track. Punched a hole in their armor. Track is good to go. Enemy armor is destroyed.
Alright. Sorry if I'm getting quiet on you guys.
Target locked. I see one of them. We lost the track. We're sitting
Is
ducks.
everything heavier than these British tanks? Like, seriously. This is a light tank. And I just rammed him and I took more damage than he did, I think.
Track repaired. Drive on. Target locked. Looks like that one went right
Yeah.
through.
I said I wasn't going to,
Releasing target.
but I didn't really have a choice.
Our track's been hit. Unlocking target. We pierced their armor. Ready to fire on target.
Oh.
We lost the track.
Could you Quit shooting my track off.
Penetration. Enemies looking right at us. Trap cleared, right on.
There we go. Where's this T-54 lightweight? Got a bone to pick with you, sir.
Been detected. Target locked. Our tracks come off. We're stuck. That one drilled straight through. Tracks up. Let's go. They've spotted us.
Now you're screwed. Really? You stole that from me too, fellas? Come on. Alright, moving on. Didn't they say something about an IS-3? I haven't seen an IS-3 yet. Kind of worries me. Last thing I want to do is run into a BL-9.
We're taking the enemy base.
I mean, it doesn't appear... that we're going to have much trouble. Can't knock that down, apparently. Got another Artie back there. Come on, fellas, get in the cap. You guys say affirmative, but you're still driving towards... We've got artillery. Let them take care of the bad guys. We need a
Mission
cap.
accomplished.
Apparently, if we kill everybody, we win that way too. Who'd have thunk it? 5,000 damage, 4,100 block, not bad. And we did the secondary objective, win without collecting any ammo pickups. The A2 road leading into West Berlin, deep inside East Germany.
Berlin. Nearly half of Captain Thompson's force were burning wrecks scattered across the East German countryside. A stark reminder of the men who had laid down their lives. Yet it wasn't the time to dwell on the dead. Their sacrifice meant the Allies had advanced within touching distance of their goal. Countless souls now depended on them crossing over the line. The shadow of a Third World War was drawing ever closer.
Dramatic pause.
Air support was gone, curtailed by the worsening weather conditions. The only thing Thompson and his remaining tanks had left was the strength of their resolve. Somewhere beyond this hellish fury, the cream of the Russian army, the 9th Tank Division, lay in wait.
Yeah,
Thompson would meet the enemy head-on and show them the true meaning of British grit.
Russian dude, you probably shouldn't be broadside on in front of 5 tanks. Just gonna throw that out there. Especially considering most Russian tanks are stronger from the front. Anyway, call sign
Thompson
Strelka.
stared at the ring of Soviet steel that encircled the city. There was no escaping it. He would have to go through those tanks.
What map is this? Alright, so we're going in.
Locked on.
I've got a shot.
That one drilled straight through.
Okay, British accuracy leaves a little something to be desired. Why'd they spawn me so far away from the enemy? I want to be up in there.
Ready to fire on target. Been detected. Dropping target. Penetration.
Keep pushing.
Reloading.
Really? A concrete wall stops a tank. I beg to differ.
Ready to fire on target.
Alright, just keep on pushing. Got a lot of firepower we're marching through the city.
The enemy knows our location. Ready to fire on target. Penetration. We pierced their armor.
Thompson's mouth went dry. Ahead lay the Strelka, the elite of the Red Army, and the last obstacle in the Allies' way.
Looks like that one went straight through.
Alright. We're coming through with reckless abandon.
Ready to fire.
They said they had some Russian elite tanks, so we gotta be careful. We know what they can do.
Look out, enemy spotted. They found us.
Got an IS straight ahead. We just drove right past the heavy tank. That's not preferable. That's definitely not preferable.
Lost him.
Luckily, we do have maneuverability.
Looks like that one went straight through.
Ah! Artillery! You... Come on.
Look out, enemy spotted. It's all fixed up.
Oh, this could be bad. Protect ourselves from Artie, get the armor back around. IS actually pinned us, which is not preferable. We've been ammo racked, which is definitely not preferable.
Been destroyed one of our tanks. Our main gun's been hit. She can still fire.
Now our main gun's been hit.
Target locked. She's loaded.
This Su-14's gotta go.
We've got a lock.
Doesn't even look like he's got a line of sight on me. And again, he's an Artie, doesn't really need a line of sight.
Target locked. We pierced their armor.
Don't you do it. Thank you.
Loaded and ready.
Now let's come around. We'll circle back, come in behind this heavy tank. Never mind. He's already dead. Oh,
Ready
crap.
to fire on target. Penetration. Dropping target.
So, having our loader killed kind of hampers the amount of damage we can put out.
Good hit. They're on fire.
Unless we set them all on fire. And we set them on fire again. Good night,
Shot up
sunshine.
another one. Been detected.
Down they go. Let's capture the base. And it looks like we have ended this. Oh, what is spotting me? Okay.
Target locked.
Well, that's not too bad.
Enemy in sight. Unlocking target.
Luckily, my gun's broken. My loader's dead. We've taken casualties. That's for
We've
sure.
reached the enemy base. That one drilled straight through.
This tanker's gone crazy.
Target locked. Loaded and ready. We're capturing the enemy base.
There we go. So that was a fun one. It was a little crazy, and I went a little stupid and drove past half the team, but I paid the price for it. The iron price. It's not it? Oh, dear Lord.
They found us. Ready to fire on target. Penetration. They've spotted us.
Yeah, he's gonna kill me.
We lost the track. Track back up. Go, go, go. That one drilled straight through.
Oh, come on, finish him off.
We lost a friendly vehicle.
Finish him off.
Enemies got us in their
Get
sights.
this evil man off the board.
The battle into Berlin was over. Thompson opened the hatch and breathed in the frozen winter air. They had run the Soviet gauntlet and survived. With luck and a little diplomacy on both sides,
Seems to be a
maybe he'd
ceasefire.
live to see the next Christmas in relative
Oh,
peace.
I can't shoot. I was like, seems to be a ceasefire. Alright. Well, that was fun. I about died. Really. Christmas Eve, 1948. Brandenburg Gate. Soviet occupation
Thompson's men
zone.
had broken through the blockade around Berlin. The path was now cleared for Allied supplies to reach the starving population. Thompson had lost so many tanks to the Russians. The fighting had been fierce. The price had been high, paid by the blood of his men. For some families back home, this would be the first Christmas without a father, a brother, or son.
About had a Christmas without
From
me.
the ashes of grief, hope would spring once more. Berlin could breathe again. The grip of Soviet rule had been loosened. For now, the threat of another conflict lay unrealized. Politicians on both sides had been hesitant to escalate the situation any further. The world just wasn't ready for another global war. Yet, this was a defining moment in history. One which would see both sides staring across at one another with deep resentment and suspicion. It also heralded the birth of the UN and ensured a nervous peace held across Central and Eastern Europe. As for Thompson, his name would become as synonymous with the desert rats as Montgomery's own. The captain's selfless actions and that of his men ensured the citizens of Berlin had more reason than most to be thankful one cold Christmas Eve in 1948.
This was a pretty good story. So, there you have it. We've completed the second war story, the Flashpoint to Berlin. We can now go back and play either of them on challenge mode with any tank that we have. So, if you guys want to see more of this, let me know in the comments below. I know they're long videos. I know they're not as easy to watch because they're long videos. But, let me know if you guys like them. So, if you like what I'm doing, punch that like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.